I can't see how much it's worth.
Not 26.
Yoink. Yoink.
Wait, no, my flashlight, bro.
Come get it. Come get it.
That's risky, bro. That's risky. Hang on. Sneakily snatch.
Well, I would do the whole testing thing and make it look like I'm trying to set up something cool. I'm not. Hey, it's Peekaboo God or David here for those that knew my name. So I kind of wanted to talk today about why I stopped streaming. It has been probably a year and a half since I did. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. Sorry to everybody that I kind of dipped out on. I was going through a lot. So I'm gonna kind of talk about what got me started, what it was like, and why I stopped doing it. In the beginning of my streaming, I didn't know what I was doing. I don't come from a tech degree or anything. I had a gaming laptop that I liked playing games on, and gaming has been a huge part of my life. Going back as far as like when I was a kid, I grew up on the Nintendo 64. So, yeah. A lot of younger kids would be like, oh, what an old head, you know? 27 years old, but that was my first gaming system. And my dad, he liked playing things like Galaga or Dig Dug. So, those games are the ones that I grew up on. And Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64, you know, stuff like that. And early on, I could tell that I really enjoyed it. Figuring things out on a game, progressing, getting to the boss fights when I was younger was just one of these huge things. And it was just always so cool thinking about how somebody took time out of their job, or even if it was their job, to come up with an idea like this and then make it a legit thing, you know? And then it was just one of those things where I connected a lot with my dad and the rest of my family through it. So getting older, that was how I connected with myself, was playing games. I had like really strict stuff when it came to like gaming as a kid. So I wasn't allowed to play super late or play when I wanted to. So whenever I got to, it was like a reward from my dad. He'd be like, hey, you worked out in the yard all day and you took care of all your responsibilities, so this is your reward. So it started then, and I just always was fascinated, you know, by it. It was something so different and new, and exploring a world that wasn't our own was always my favorite part about it. Yeah, so that's how I got started into my game stuff, which unfortunately has translated into me as an adult taking every second I could to hop on the next one. So yeah, I was going through a rough patch about a year ago, or a year and a half ago. Wasn't able to find work. I had just moved from South Carolina to North Carolina, and although I'd lived out here, I didn't really know a lot of people and wasn't sure of where to go next for work. So I got into a job that ended up being a scam, so that was fun. And once that kind of collapsed, I kind of just looked around and was like, what do I have that I could monetize? Work was shit. It was so hard to find a job at that point, and I looked around and I was like, well, my gaming laptop's over there. And I was really big into watching streamers like Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx, who else was popular then? I watched a lot of Warzone content. And that was a big thing for me. You know, I'd get off of work and boot it up and see what the stream was doing today or how they were going. So I wanted that kind of feeling for myself. You know, I wanted to play something and to, you know, record it and see what happened, you know. Wasn't expecting anything of it. But I did it, and I bought a brand new mic. I brought a camera. I just bought so many different things for this one venture, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I better go all in, you know. So I did. I had to learn OBS Studio, which is where this video is getting recorded at, and coming back to it, it is a very difficult system, you know, when you haven't been on something in forever. But yeah, I started streaming on Kick, because Kick was doing a little bit better than Twitch was money wise. You know, Twitch takes a little cut of your stuff, but Kick would let you keep all of your gifts, or it would give you a percentage of your gifts, but if you hit a certain amount of viewers, they would start paying you $17 an hour. And I was like, well, that sounds better than what I'm doing right now. So I would stream every day. Initially started it with like Warzone content or like Fortnite, just, you know, thinking about the most popular thing, you know, and none of it was landing very well. There was too many people. It was a saturated spot, and I wasn't gonna make it. And you know, I had the time, so you know, I thought about just keep it on, you know, keep trying, or see what makes you funny. And it is so difficult to speak on a camera when you don't know who you're speaking to, you know, a lot of the times, and it felt like I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, so after a couple of days, I was just, it's one of the things streaming where I was excited about what was going to be next. You know, I mean, I know I wasn't making much money, but I was excited about, you know, I get to plan this, you know, I get to go into this, and if I want to play or stream a specific game, I can make that decision and do it. And if it pans out bad, the only person it's going to affect is me. I'm not letting down a company or something because I picked the wrong idea. So it felt good, you know, to be my own boss, even though I wasn't getting the views that I wanted at that point. It still felt good to be my own, you know, kind of thing. I realized that I hated scary games. Honestly, like I love being scared, but I hate playing through them. And I was such a baby when it came to my scary games. When that was kind of all going down, I was like, well, maybe I should just stream scary stuff. Peekaboo God, that was my username, you know? Peekaboo Scary Games. It made sense. So then I rebranded my channel, went through and made a bunch of weird freaking images of myself being scared, and bought a bunch of games on Steam, and that's what I booked it for. Horror. Streaming horror video games. games is what I was going for. And I know I said that wrong, but I've had a little bit of anyway. And it was fun for a little bit, you know. They had so many different games popping at that point in time, where it had like Lethal Company, just a bunch of fringe slop horror games on Steam, and then the Garden of Banban games. Those are pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, it was just a fun experience. I got to meet so many new people through it. People I unfortunately don't talk to anymore, and I apologize for that. But we'll get into that. But yeah, it felt new and exciting, and I went and dedicated a bunch of, poured some more money into it, you know, bought some more expensive overlays for my stream, and better camera, better microphone. And it was genuinely like a good time, you know. I think I got up to 89 subscribers at one point, and that was super fun. Tuning into the stream, I had a guy who helped me out so much. Thank you for helping me set up Discord and coming up with stream ideas. And it genuinely felt like something I could get into. A couple months passed, and I wasn't making anything noteworthy. Sure, I was streaming every day that I could, and getting a new subscriber every now and then, and that was fun and interesting. But eventually that wasn't gonna pay the bills. So I had to start focusing on paying the bills, making the money come in. And I didn't really have an opportunity to build like I wanted to. And I'm sure there were things that I could have done. I wasn't very good at doing the YouTube shorts. I tried a couple of those, but I mean, I really should have just got into it a little bit more. Wasn't really too great at them. And I feel like if I would have just drove viewership a little harder, I could have got something. Because again, I mean, streaming is such a saturated market, but I mean, if you are different, or if you're somebody else's cup of tea, there are so many different types of people that follow different streamers for different reasons. I mean, you've got people that follow Nick Merckx that believe in his political beliefs, and you've got people that follow Tim the Tatman for his things and how he acts and how he's always got fall damage on every game he's got. You know, I mean, it's just, you have to be in it long enough, I think, to find your niche of people that enjoy what you do, because you are similar in some way to them. Which of course you find the people that follow you just because you're a streamer, or just because people know you. But I feel like your dedicated fan base is something that you just build over time, because people like the way that you are. You know, I mean, everybody, it's personality, you know. And I always tried to be genuine when I streamed, and when I talked to people on the stream, I'd always tried to be as genuinely myself as I could be. There was never any character or anything, which, looking on people like the Burnt Peanut, might have been a great idea. But no, I mean, even it's not even the fact that people do things like that. It's just personalities, and, you know, the energy that you bring onto stuff. Most of the time I like to think myself as like a monotone person that doesn't have super big emotions or anything like that. But depending on the circumstance, that's when my emotion comes out. You know, when it's through video for some reason. I can talk to people all day. So I got a different job. Started paying the bills, and kind of just let my streaming stuff just die. It's kind of sucked. Thinking about it now. Over that course of that year and a half that I've quit streaming, I have moved a couple more times. Got into different fields, went back into landscaping, which wasn't great for the long term. I just wasn't really built for it. I mean, I can get through a lot. You know, I've been through a lot worse than landscaping, but I didn't want to come home tired every day. Will I get back into streaming? I don't know. I would like to, but again, that plays into the, do I have time for this? Do I want, it's not even do I have time, it's do I want to take away time from this to dedicate to this to free that time up? Which sounds more confusing than it is, but do I want to take time from my, you know, daily responsibilities or what I choose to do on a daily basis? Cut out a block, dedicate to it, and hopefully expand the time for that block as it builds to get me to a spot where I have more time for something else. And that's the question. I don't know yet. But I do know that I need some radical change, and that it just takes a step. So if nothing else, maybe this is just a step. Anyway, I'm gonna post this, and no, it's late for apologies, but I am sorry that I left some people during my previous venture. And if you do see this video and you want to talk to me about any of it, you can always talk to me in person, or hell, I might even reach out to you. But life is confusing and strange, just a lot of things, you know? And as stupid as it can sound sometimes, you really only do get one opportunity to do what you want. The thing is, you have to figure out what it is that you want. And that's the thing that I have struggled with for the longest time, is figuring out what I genuinely want. Hopefully this leads to something else. Till the next time.